The emerging church movement, sometimes called emergent, has gone by many different names, and there's a lot of ambiguity. In fact, as Gladys Ganile and I have been writing this book, there's been a wide range of responses. Some people feel like they already know about the emerging church movement and feel themselves to be experts, enough that they are clarifying terms for us. But on the other side, there are a lot of people who have never heard of this thing at all. And it's surprising to us that as we talk to social scientists or historians of American religion or those who are interested in global religious phenomenon, it is something completely new. So we are trying to define the emerging church movement as a loose affiliation of congregations, and we do call them congregations, even if they themselves don't like to call themselves churches or any type of systematic gathering, as a family-like relationship of groups that are reacting against conventional Christianity. They want to stay with aspects of Christianity, but they feel like whether it's the megachurch or the mainline, Christianity as it's practiced today has got it wrong. And so they are desperately trying to renegotiate aspects of what the Christian heritage is and to appropriate it in a way that is not only true to what would be right before Jesus, but also relevant for what the world is today. The emerging church movement we see as reacting to two different developments in Christianity today. One is the megachurch. There are a lot of people who have critiques of the megachurch, and so they are not alone in this, but they see the megachurch as having CEO-styled pastors, wide variety of programmatic ministries, a marketing machine that's intended to draw people in and to make sure that they get plugged into these different components of this big corporation rather than honoring the uniqueness and individuality of people's spiritual journeys and where they're coming from. But they're equally resistant to the mainline, the apathetic mainline, the notion of a church that is just going through the rote, that the ritual matters more than what's actually happening with the persons in the pews. And so that sense of just doing the same thing over and over again because it's always been done or it's because it's the proper way to do things, the semblance of belief through the use of traditional forms is something that I think they also have a problem with. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to leave behind those things that are just a part of a routinized religion, those things that have become so well rehearsed and so practiced that we're not even thinking any longer about what we're doing. And so what they're trying to recover is a very fresh but also a very human dynamic. What is the human being doing before God? And in that, what they find is not belief, they find doubt. They find questioning. They have wrestling of people with who are they, not just at church, but when they're away from the church. And that sense of trying to recover the individual in their vulnerability before God then is practiced in community with other people. And their vulnerability can include skepticism, rigorous questioning. It even includes those who are outright atheistic and unwilling to affirm any of the beliefs that we would normally associate with Christianity, but they're still willing to be a part of a congregation of people who orient themselves around God in some way. So the emerging church movement is a dispersed network of people who have a common affinity towards a particular orientation towards Christianity. It's a particularly open one. It may be critical of many things, but there's some real senses of resonance that however they're talking about it, they begin to go, yes, I've been thinking that, or yes, I didn't know that there were other people like that.